Angie Ellington, and welcome back to Southern Sass Chats. My guest today is Brad Deiter, and he is so positive, so wonderful, always fun to talk to. And he's going to come on and join us in just a second.
Ta-da!
Hi,
Hello!
hi, Brad. How are
I'm
you?
great. How are you?
I'm good. Still on that
Awesome.
second cup of coffee this morning.
There you go.
Are you a coffee person or a tea person?
You know what? I am a tea person for sure, but typically not until it gets like cold outside.
Yeah.
Then I'm tea every day. Then it gets cold and I'm like, never mind.
Yeah, yeah. And I understand. It's some people are like, how do you drink hot coffee in the summertime? And I'm like,
Yep.
well, because I keep it like an ice box in my house. So to
That's
me,
the best.
it feels like it's winter right now. And then,
Awesome. I love it.
but my favorite is to go outside when it's cold outside and sit on my front porch and have
Hmm.
coffee. That
Oh,
or
so good.
tea or hot chocolate or whatever. That's my favorite.
That's the ideal.
Yeah. So we're gonna jump in with my first question for you.
Yep.
Um, I referenced you as a content creator because there are just so many things that you do. And I mean, you work in education, you're a dad, you're a husband, you're renovating a house with your wife. And I know that Courtney is doing a lot of that.
A lot of it, most of it.
And then you also do so many other things with your Instagram and all the fun things you put up. And I even took one last night because the I'm tired all the time
That's so good.
thing.
I loved yours.
I love that one and I felt it yesterday.
Hmm.
So because I have done a lot this week.
Hmm.
So I kind of took that one. But anyway, tell us a little bit about how you became a game master
Yeah.
with all the fun things that you do.
I know. I get to do like the coolest things ever, and it doesn't take up my whole life, which is kind of nice. It's like a side thing I get to do. But essentially it all started, I mean, as a kid, I loved creating games for my family. Like I would make a Big Brother night and we'd all play Big Brother and eliminate people. Like I just loved the idea of making games.
That's a great
And
idea for families right there.
so fun. We had the best time. And because I just loved games in general, I saw that Jen Lilley was doing Christmas is Not Canceled, and there was games attached. I was like, oh, that sounds so fun. So I joined, and Jen knows this. I was like, okay, these games are fun for the celebs, but not so fun for maybe the audience interacting. Like, how can we make them more interactive? So I sent her a message just on a whim. And I was like, hey, I have these ideas. If you want them, they're free, take them. So she messaged me back, which, is weird, was crazy for me as just a fan of
Yeah.
hers. And she was like, can you meet with my team and talk about these? I was like, sure, no problem. So I get on Zoom and the team is Jen Lilley. And I'm starstruck for a moment. And we have a great conversation. And by the end of that, she's like, you're hired. I'm like, I'm hired for what? She's like, you're going to be the game master for Christmas is Not Canceled. And that started,
Amazing.
I know, it's so cool. They always say like, persistence and believing in yourself is so important. And that was one of those moments
Distance is key.
right? I had an idea, I shared it instead of being too nervous, and look what happened.
That's right. You
I
got to
did
put
that
yourself out
for,
there.
yeah, because you are your best like advocate, right?
Right, right.
And so I did that. And then Jen invited me to go to Christmas Con and do Minute to Win It on the main stage. And so I had no idea what I was getting myself into. Christmas Con is the most
Nervous
fun.
and scared.
Exactly. So I flew myself out there and I got an Airbnb and I just did the whole thing. I got to meet Jen in person and go to the green room, which was, insane. And I'm trying to talk to Jen and Lacey Chabert's like walking behind her. And I'm like, just focus, just focus.
Focus, focus.
Exactly. And so I'm explaining my games to Jen and Jenna Lee Green, who was the co-host of Christmas Con that year. And this lady comes up and she's like, you're so organized. Do you want a job here? And I just kind of laughed it off because I thought, oh, someone's just commenting on how nice my organization skills are. And when we walked away, Jen's like, do you know who that is? Like, that's one of the people who runs Christmas Con and 90s Con. And so then after that, we connected and they hired me. And now I'm a game master, slash panel host, slash I also work in the back office now. And I get to do all these fun, exciting things. And I've met so many great people. So that's really the story. That's the big arc.
Oh wow. And that's just wonderful because it started with a small thing. You said, I'm going to take this leap of faith. I'm going
Yep.
to just put it out there
Yep.
and see what happens. And look at like blessing after blessing that led from that.
Exactly.
I
Yep.
mean, that was really amazing. And persistence is so important too, because like you said, no one is going to advocate for you like you.
Mhm.
And when you have an idea and you believe in it, it doesn't hurt to share it. And look at what has happened as a result.
Yeah.
And you continue to have opportunities that have
It's
come
really,
from those and
yep.
other things too. Oh, amazing. So you're also dubbed Mr. Christmas.
Just a little bit, just a little tiny
Tell
bit.
us
Yeah.
a little bit about how you have that title.
Yeah. I mean, I've just my mom, my parents, but my mom made Christmas just so special as children, and it just was my favorite time of the year. And it wasn't even presents. It was just we did Advents as a whole family with all my cousins together, and we did drives to see Christmas lights, and we had Christmas movie nights, and it was just this beautiful time of family. And I've kept that with my wife and I and our four kids. And Christmas has just been so special. So I've always loved it. I've always talked about it. I talk about it in the summer. I'm always like planning out the movies I'm going to watch and, events we're going to do in August or July. And so people just kind of always thought of me as like, oh, there's Brad. He's always talking about Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then people kind of, as a joke would say, oh, you're Mr. Christmas. You're Mr. Christmas. You're Mr. Christmas. So I kind of just like held on to the title of Mr. Christmas.
Well, I think that it goes with like your Instagram handle is like positively Brad, and I
Mhm.
think you exude positivity all the time.
Try.
Your everything that you put on your page and your posts now are just like all uplifting content and funny and humorous, and I have laughed out loud many times
Oh,
watching
sweet.
you and Courtney in the summer heat with the bricks and all the things. Oh my gosh, and the dirt. Oh,
Yep, the
it's
dirt.
hilarious. It's hilarious to watch you guys.
We have
And
lots of fun.
and I know what our heat is like because we both live in North Carolina. So
Yes,
it's no joke.
it's hot. It's hot. Have you ever been cremated? No, this is what it's like. Live in North Carolina. That's how I feel.
It's like you're literally feeling like you're in like the throes of hell some days.
Some days. Yesterday we were doing dirt and it was hot. Oh, we're done with the dirt. The dirt's over.
And I'm like, you guys picked a heat wave
I know, right? We couldn't have waited till October, but it's all good.
I was laughing so hard at some of those things. And as far as the Mr. Christmas stuff, I feel like you're kind of like an elf. Like you're like
Yes.
a happy elf.
Yep.
Like
I'll take it.
you remind me of like the movie Elf
Yeah.
because you have so much of that positivity that like even when people around you are if they're grumpy, you're just like no, you're eventually gonna make them see the
Right.
positive because
Yep.
you're like no, I'm happy and I'm here
Yep.
and it's Christmas
Yeah, it's
all
it's
year
hilarious.
round.
I say to people often, if I go somewhere and I see someone who feels like they're grumpy, I don't know what it is in me. Maybe it's like a challenge. I'm like, I'm gonna make that person smile. Like, and I don't know where that comes from, but like we were at Dollywood last week and there was this young girl kind of loading people onto a ride and she just looked so miserable. Like she was like, next, next, those people. And in my head, I was like, I'm going to be so kind that she's going to have to smile today, right now.
Yeah.
And my son got in the car and he was being all silly, and I looked at her and I was like, "Oh, aren't they so cute?" And she really wasn't giving in. And then he said something funny, and I was like, "Did you hear what he said?" And she smiled, and I was like, "Yes, I got it.
Yes, you got it.
I made
Yeah.
her smile."
Yeah. And I mean, so many things in our world are just insane that if we can make someone smile and turn their
Mhm.
day around, it's a ripple effect. I mean, and that's what
Exactly.
we need. We need, kindness out there as much as possible because it's sad to see how frustrating things are, with everyone just being so quick to get upset about things and
Yeah.
just, anger issues and stuff. And so I love when we have people who are like, no, my mission is to spread positivity and
Hmm.
kindness and joy. And that's what people need to realize. Like, find something positive in every day. And there
Yes.
may be
Yeah.
days where you literally feel like you just don't have anything, but take
Yeah.
a minute, listen to a favorite song, get a hug from someone in your life. Think of something, some type of blessing that you have every
Yep.
day. And I mean,
Mhm.
I have to remind myself of that also because we don't always have a great day.
No, no, even me.
So,
I'm positive 98% of the time, but there's times where life just gets you down and things didn't work out. You didn't get the thing you really wanted, or you put yourself out there and you didn't quite get matched where you were hoping. But it's finding out like, well, think about how far you came, or think about the fact that you got to experience
yeah,
this great thing with auditioning and all these things
yeah,
recently. You're not going to get everything you want. You're not going to get
no. But
the
it could be
whatever.
that something better happens.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
we have to have that faith of, if one door closes, another opens, or a window opens, or,
Yes.
some other type of
Yeah.
opportunity comes along. And
Yeah.
it is disappointing when things that you work so hard for don't work out. I know that feeling. I really
Yep.
know that feeling too. But when you have people around you who say, you know what, keep going. You've
Yeah.
got this. Something else is going to come for you that's going to be, great and make you happy. Just focus on that because something great will
Exactly.
will come along. It may take a little bit or it may be in a couple of days. You never know. But
Yep.
keeping that positive attitude is what helps, and keeping the faith that things will work out how they're supposed to, and all
Couldn't
that. And
agree
you have a
more.
great family too that just
I know.
constantly lifts you up.
Exactly. That's the thing is I just know that in the end I can have a really bad day at work, and like when I walk home there are people who are like, "Dad," like that's the part. That's really what it's all about right
Yeah.
there. The rest is great, but that is the most important
Yeah.
piece.
So leading into that with your family. So you
Hmm.
guys, how old is the house that you bought? Like what year was it built, if you know? And
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about Courtney's journey.
Yeah, okay, so it was born, not born. The house was created in okay, so in 2023, the house was 119 years old. So it's 1904 around that
Okay.
time.
Early
Uh
1900s. Okay.
yes, yeah. And so it even has like the little porch that's on the side is just big enough for when they used to have a horse and a buggy, which
I
is so
love it.
cool. Yeah, and there's just so much history and there's a few old homes around it. But we bought this house in 2023, yes. Um, or 2024. I don't know, whichever one. Time is just flying by. Um, and we wanted an older home. We really wanted something with character. Some of the generic homes they build don't have as much character as you'd like these days. And we wanted to be able to bring something back to life. And my wife has a YouTube channel, and she wanted to restore this home on that channel, to just show people how to bring the beauty back to something old that people might have just have discarded.
Yeah.
And we've done that, and she's done that really, I have to admit. It's a lot of what she's done. I'm there for moral support and to watch the kids.
And
But
to
really,
move bricks and
and
dirt.
to move bricks, to move hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Yeah, some muscle to kind of back her up when she needs it. But she's like built custom cabinets that are like floor to 10-foot ceilings, like floor to ceiling cabinets, bookshelves. She built a whole custom closet for her mom. Has renovated every room, like wallpapered and done crown molding, and yeah, it's just been the most
It's
incredible thing.
amazing. And what is her YouTube channel so that we can
Yeah.
put that out, mention that?
Yeah, so she is at Heart and Home Crew.
Heart
Heart
and
and
Home
Home
Crew.
Crew. So
Okay.
she wants you to love your home, and she has her little crew. So it's bringing the heart back to your home, which is really cute.
Yeah. I love that. And, watching the things that you both do, it's just so engaging. And you guys are also just wonderful parents to your
Oh,
kids. How many do you have?
we have four.
Four. I was like, is it three or four? I knew
Yeah.
it was a few there.
Yeah, just a
And
few.
did they participate in helping with your games and activities and with mom stuff too?
Yeah, Harvey's our youngest, and he's with mom 24/7. He's just like attached at her hip. He's like a little character on her YouTube channel, and people know him, and he's like hammering a wall or gluing something down, whatever. He's all in it. Um, and it's funny because I recently did trivia with Andrea Barber, and I had my son who loves Full House. I had him create some of the questions. So
Oh,
like
how fun.
yeah, so it's just really cute. So like I told her that and she was like, "Thanks, Emmett." Woo. So
Oh,
it's really fun. I allow them to have as much participation as they can. And the cutest thing is that they are the biggest fans of what Courtney and I do, and that just fills our buckets. They want to like, hey, can we all cuddle on the couch and watch mom's newest YouTube video? Can we watch that reel that dad put out? Can we watch dad's live? Like they just want to see it and they comment and then they tell us all the great things that it's just so cute. It's so
Oh,
sweet.
it is so cute. And
Yeah.
I love that you guys include them because that's something else I wanted to ask about. Like it's summertime for like, when I'm talking with people who are parents and have kids and that are young and at home, and I know that summer can be sometimes for kids boring. They're like, what do I, we want to, what are we going to do today? And you guys have taken some trips. I know you went to Canada to visit family and recently Dollywood,
Yeah.
but like on a budget for families, what are some things that you guys do with your kids? Just easy breezy when they're like super bored.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, there are loads of things. One of our favorites, this is so random, but I promise it's like the coolest thing. We actually take a deck of cards and we write all of the cards out on a piece of paper and we assign a person in our family or our friends at school, our loved ones, each a card. Stay with me here.
I'm
And
okay.
we shuffle the whole deck and then one by one people select cards and like the last two cards are like eliminated. And so it would be like, oh no, your best friend from school got eliminated, and like your Aunt Clara. And then we keep playing these different kinds of games with these cards until there's one winner. And it takes hours to play this game. And my kids are so invested because they're like, I want dad to win this round. I want our dog Rain to stay in the game and they can like save cards. And we just make it up as we go. Each round's a
Yeah.
different elimination. And again, it's so simple because it's just a deck of cards, but they love it. They just love it. And my whole we're huge readers, as I know you are, as well as an author and a reader. So we will go to the library, and it's our favorite time is the hour or two after the library because the house is silent. We go to the library, they're allowed to pick out, four or five books, and then we come home and everyone just disperses to their locations and they just read for hours.
Love it. I just
And
did an activity. Well, we had a summer reading program with book baskets with kids' books, and the adult book
yeah.
was my book,
Oh,
Up on Apple
awesome.
Hill. And I just went to the library here on Tuesday night for the culmination activity. So I love that you mentioned the libraries because the libraries are so important. And I love
So
that you
important.
guys are utilizing your library in the summertime as
Yeah.
well.
We go multiple times a week. That's like the thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, and we love Art for Kids Hub on YouTube. I think that's how you say it. And they allow them to like they show you how to draw very specific. They'll be like, here's how to draw this character from this movie or this TV show, or a pop-up card, or how to make a birthday card. So if someone has a birthday coming up, we'll go to Art Hub for Kids, find a birthday card, and everyone will make one by following the video. So that takes
And
up loads of time.
And these are like easy, even free activities
Free.
that
Everything
families
so
can
far
do.
is free. Yeah. Yep.
That's right. And, that's what a lot of parents are like, well, they're like, yeah, well, I can't, we don't have a pool. We don't have this. And, we don't really have the extra finances to pay for memberships to this and that right now.
Yeah.
What is something that we can do? And, summer camps, sometimes when they're sponsored, like through your churches or whatever, a lot of times those are free or vacation Bible school,
Yeah.
things like that. And going to your library, there's so many things and coming up with your own games that you create
Yeah.
as a family. Like those are activities
Hmm.
that, a lot of families can do that cost
Yeah.
little to nothing.
Yep.
And, so I think that's great.
Yeah, it's wonderful. We also let our kids often make lunch, and that can take, no joke, that can take like an hour and a half because
Oh,
they're
awesome.
they're like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to cut this and I'm going to, and then they make a menu. So now we have writing. So now they're writing stuff. They're
Yes.
reading it to each other. And my wife does that like all the time. I come home and there's little menus all over the house and there's food, they've made a cheese tray and a this and a that. And you're teaching them life skills, but it's like filling time as well in
Mhm.
the best way.
Yeah, that is so amazing. So amazing. And so let's see. Some other things of interest for you that I think is really cool is you were recently on a game show. And tell us about that 5 minutes, 5 seconds of
I
fame.
know
Five
it
seconds of
actually
fame.
was.
But
It really was 5 seconds.
it
I have been my whole life a huge fan of like reality shows, but like game like competition shows. So like Survivor, Big Brother, Amazing Race. You know, since 2000 I've been obsessed and I watch every season and I've watched every season of Survivor and I just like I love those shows.
You need to go on it.
I've tried. I've tried.
Keep
Um
trying. All the
Jeff
things.
Probst, come
Apply for
on.
all of them.
Yeah, so I've actually, yeah, I keep applying to a few select reality shows. But there was a game show filming really close by, and I saw the, casting call for it. And so I just put my name in the ring, my hat in the ring. And they called me and cast me, and I went down to Atlanta for the day, and I got to be a part of it. But it was you don't realize how long it is.
It's a long day. When I've
It,
worked background, it's forever. It is not glamorous. It takes a long time. It can be
yeah.
fun, but it can be long, long, long and boring sometimes too.
Especially when, with a game show like that, you're not really supposed to talk to the people because you're kind of competing against each other and you're not really supposed to strategize or come up with plans and so you're kind of sitting in a windowless room for hours. Like I sat in a chair, like a wooden chair for 6 hours waiting with a
Oh
bag of
wow.
chips, you know. And I mean, I had a great time and it was such a cool experience. And to be able to tell people, like, I got to be on a game show,
Yeah.
and I'm still, somewhat auditioning for other things and just seeing what might come to fruition.
Well, it was also a learning experience. You got to
Yeah.
see how things work on set and, and
Yeah.
things like that, because everything, even if though it's a game show, a lot of it is still similar to, when
Yeah.
you're working on set, when you've done background, or if you're, working
Yeah.
with a small role or whatnot. It's
Yep.
it's all a process. And, the crew of all of these things deserve so much
Oh my gosh.
gratitude because they work
Yeah.
so hard constantly.
To catch all of the things that they have to catch, right? Like it's amazing. They have to be prepared for the 14th thing that could potentially happen. And you're right. I've done a little bit of background work for a few movies. One that was just filming here just a couple of months ago that will be in theaters. Just, you'll see me in the background.
Can you tell
Um,
us which one that is, or is that
yeah,
still
it's called Bad Counselors.
okay?
So it's actually a Christian film, and it's about these boys who defile their college grounds and have to do community service, and they go to a Christian camp for teens, and they end up finding Jesus while they're there.
Oh, okay,
And
awesome.
so I got to do some background work, and you're right. The comparison between the background work I did on my 3 days on set for that and my 1 day of this show, there was a lot of parallels
Mm-hmm.
to see
Yeah,
the crew walking around. This is
yeah,
amazing.
lots of sitting around, lots of waiting to do nothing, and then all of a
Yeah,
sudden you get that moment where it's like, oh, this now we get to do the fun stuff. We get that moment,
yeah, yeah,
and when you see yourself, if your scene makes it to the screen, and you're like, oh, there I am. See, right there,
maybe,
that's
yeah, yeah.
me.
Maybe we'll
Yeah,
see.
it's so exciting. It really is just to have that. And I think that's just, it's fun. And like for me, I grew up in theater and acting and all the things too. And so when I would do that, especially if I was like the featured extra, I'm like, oh, I'm right behind them talking the whole time. I'm like, I'm almost there.
Yeah, I
Almost
know. It's there. It's there. It's the same thing.
there. Yeah, you're like, you go from starring in your local plays to being in the background, but you're like, hey, I'm here. I'm
Yeah.
here.
Oh, yeah. There's a camera facing me. That's all
That's
that matters.
right. There's a camera on me. Yes. Camera B is on me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, and then like for me, like having a book adapted for a movie, seeing my name across the screen, there was just nothing like that. It's just so amazing.
Yeah.
And I had to take a picture because so many people in my family missed it. And I'm like, yeah, just not paying that much attention when it
Yeah.
comes out. I
Yeah.
was like, I've got like a screenshot of it because
Saved forever.
keep it forever.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
That's also amazing. So also I want to end up with wrap things up with a little bit of a rapid fire for you.
Let's do
And
it.
you answered one of them, so now I'm kind of coming up with one other. I'm gonna see if I can think of it. I had already asked the coffee or tea thing earlier. So I'm gonna come up with something else maybe by the end.
Okay.
Okay, so first question. First, are you lactose intolerant? Because I think I asked this of someone before.
I am not.
Okay, great. Favorite ice cream flavor?
Okay. It's gonna be really boring, but I think my actual favorite is maple walnut.
Maple walnut. How is
I
that
just love it.
boring? That's
I don't know.
not
People say
vanilla
it's an
or
old
chocolate.
man flavor. I don't know.
Maple walnut sounds great for fall.
Love maple walnut. I could eat that every day.
That's amazing. Um, Favorite TV show of all time?
Oh, of
I
all
saw you
time.
just actually circled a few that you like.
I know, I
I'll
know.
let
I
me.
think Survivor's like probably my favorite of all time, although I'm a huge fan of Supernatural. That
Okay.
show just like hooked me and got me.
I saw you were circle that, and my husband and I have been. We watched the full series when it came out on Netflix. We had never watched it on the CW, so
Oh
we watched
wow.
the full like 15. Was it like 15 seasons?
Yeah. Yep.
And just last weekend, we just picked it up around season 5 again, somewhere in the middle, and said, let's just.
Hmm.
There was nothing we could find. We wanted to watch Sunday
Yeah.
morning eating breakfast, so we turned it on Supernatural. So now we're back on Sundays. I know that's kind of like probably not the day to watch Supernatural, but we ended up watching a couple episodes the past few weekends again. But yes, we love that show too. I even
Yeah.
bought the Funko Pop doll of Dean and gave it to my husband.
That's amazing. So, two random facts really quick. I have the Supernatural tattoo. It is now I got it when I was 18 and I was like rebelling and I was trying to be all cool. So on the
Oh,
inside of my right leg, like on my ankle kind of part, I have the Supernatural tattoo.
cool.
And the second one is that my youngest son, Harvey, his middle name is Dean.
Uh, well, I wrote Be Mine and Valentine,
Mhm.
and I put Dean and Charlie, and that's where Dean came
Yeah,
from.
it's such a good strong name. So Harvey is Harvey Dean because my wife's favorite show is Suits, and so Harvey Specter's. So we're not normally those people, but we just loved the two names. So Harvey Dean
Yes,
we thought was a nice, beautiful kind of flow.
it is. It
Yeah.
is. And my cat is trying to come in here. So if you hear
Oh,
anything knocking, she's trying to make it in.
fine.
Beach or pool or mountains?
I would say I really, because I have young kids, I'm too scatterbrained around water because I'm so hyper focused on like something bad happening in the water. Although I like a pool for me, I would say mountains because it's like cold and cool and you can like be in the chalet with your family having hot chocolate. So I'll say mountains.
Okay. Um, a date night for you and Courtney, casual or dressed up and going fancy?
Yeah. So we're actually going on a date night tonight. So
Okay.
so our favorite thing, we met at a movie theater, working at a movie theater, and that was our entire, we met when I was 16. And so that has always been our like date night. Our exciting time is going to see a movie that we've been waiting to see.
That is
So we're going to the movies
amazing.
tonight. So it would
That's so
be,
sweet.
yeah, it would be like a nice dinner, like nothing crazy, but like we like the quick things. We like chilies and all the fun stuff.
Chilies.
We don't go very often. So when we go, it's like, no kids and we're getting the good stuff. And then we'll go see a movie. So that's what we're doing tonight. So
What are
that
you
would be
going to see
it.
tonight? Do you know?
We're gonna go see Fantastic Four, the new one.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure my husband will want to see that too.
Yeah.
I already asked the coffee or tea question, so soda or water?
You know what? I'm a huge fan of water, like water 99% of the time, but I do love a good dirty soda. Like I don't drink just soda, but like give me a root beer with a splash of creamer and lots of ice and some lime. I'm done.
Oh,
All
that's an
for it.
interesting mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. You can go to Sonic and get a dirty soda, and root
I
beer
was
is
just gonna say, what exactly is a dirty soda? Because I was like, is like alcohol involved or what?
no, no, not at all. I don't drink any alcohol. It is just the soda with lots of ice. And then they put creamer in it to make it a little sweet, like coconut creamer. And then
Uh-huh.
they put lime juice and a lime in it.
That sounds good. It sounds
And that's
very
it.
interesting. A nice
It
mix.
is so good.
I would
So
not
give
have
it a
thought
try.
of lime with root beer, but I
Good.
can see how the flavor palette can
Hmm.
work and the coconut. Mm.
Yeah.
And I always like to ask a book question. Do you
Yes.
prefer for yourself to read a book, like physical print on
Hmm.
Kindle, or listen to audiobooks?
Physical book all the way. All the way. I like holding it. I like flipping the pages. I think I'm too scatterbrained in a good way, a positive way, to listen to a full book. I think I would be like trying to, do something else while I was listening and I'd miss it.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, give me a physical book all day.
Love it. Love it. Well, thank you so much, Brad, for coming
Thank
on and chatting
you.
today.
So
You're
fun.
always up to so many things, and we just love, always catching up with you and checking out what you're doing. And I say we because the audience who will come in and listen to this, they all love you too, and
Oh,
they're
so
going
sweet.
to, if they haven't found you already, they're going to start following you, and that would be Positively Brad
Got
on
it.
Instagram. And
Yep.
are you on all the other things? Anything else?
Uh, that's really that's where I can only handle so much in my
Me
life.
too.
So I'm on Instagram.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, same here. Well, thanks for coming on, and I hope you and
oh,
Courtney have a wonderful date night.
thanks so much. Thank you.
Thanks, and bye bye.
Bye.